Hi guys, welcome back. It's Krystal. So today I have a review and swatches video for you guys on the Pur Minerals Soul Mattes palette. This one right here. So I've mentioned this before in a loves and letdowns video, and I was talking about how much I love this palette, and a lot of you guys wanted me to review and swatch it for you. So that's what I'm doing today, and I was really happy to do that for you guys because I think this is a really great palette. I got mine at Ulta. I don't remember the exact price. It might have been like $36. I will link, not link it, but I will put a price down here, because I'll have to go back to their website and see. I did ordered mine online, but I've also seen it in store. Now I'm not sure if this is a limited edition palette, but I just think it's such a pretty palette. I really, really like it. I've been really enjoying this palette. I've been using it a ton. I actually did a get ready with me with the look that I have on today using the palette, so I will post that sometime after this video. But this is the packaging that it comes in right here. And you can see all the colors that are in the palette on the back of the packaging, which I love, and they're all labeled, which is really, really nice. So it comes in there, and then this is the actual palette itself. So it's like a tin case. It's just silver with the pink on it. And again, you get a list of all the shadows and names on the back, which I absolutely love because I hate when companies put those little plastic inserts in here with the names on it, and then when you take the plastic insert out, you don't have any of the names. So the names are not listed inside, but they are listed on the back, and you can see which shadow, you know, accompanies which names. So I really love that about the packaging. It does come with a mirror, so you know, this is a perfect size mirror, good enough for me to do my makeup in there. So this palette comes with 8 matte shadows. They're all very beautiful colors. I really love the color selection in here. You get some lights, you get some darks. This palette has a lot of rosy shades, so if you're somebody who doesn't like those kind of pinky rosy colors, then you probably won't like this palette. But I personally love those shades, especially for like blue and green eyes. I think they really make your eyes stand out. I think this palette would pair perfectly with the Lorac Unzipped palette because that one has a lot of rosy shades as well. And you could pair some of the shimmery colors in the Unzipped palette with this one. I have not done that yet, but I've been thinking about it. I think they would just go so well together. So that will be my next mission, is to kind of pair the two palettes together. But the majority of the shades in here are kind of mauve-y, rosy shades. You do get a couple like more brown shades right here. These three are kind of more brown toned, but I love that about the palette. I like that it has a little bit of variety. I think the pigmentation is really, really good in my opinion. I've used it pretty much non-stop since I've gotten it. As you can see, the shadows are very, very pigmented on my eyes. Very easy to blend. I think they're good quality matte shadows. They're not really chalky or powdery or anything like that. Some of the people that commented on my loves and letdowns where I mentioned this palette had said that they really had loved the palette as well. I had some other people say that they swatched it in store and they weren't really impressed with the pigmentation. Now, I find that this palette maybe doesn't swatch as well on the back of your bare skin like on your hand, but I find that the eyeshadows apply very nicely and blend very easily onto your eyelids, like, you know, I have on today. So sometimes you get shadows that don't swatch so well on your skin, but they swatch amazingly or apply amazingly to your eyes. And then you have the other side where you buy some shadows and you swatch them on your hand, the pigmentation is amazing, and then when you go to put them on your lid, not so amazing. So, you know, just because it doesn't swatch well on your hand doesn't mean it won't apply well on your eyes. Let me tell you the names of all the shadows. This one right here is called Sweetheart. It's just a light pink. This one right here is called Companion. This one is called Adore. This one is called Better Half, Alter Ego, Sidekick, BFF, and Confidant. So those are all the shades in the palette. I love all of them. I've mostly used the rosy ones. I have used the brown ones a couple times, but I mainly have been sticking to the more mauve-y rosy shades. So I want to go ahead and give you some swatches of the eyeshadows. I'm just going to swatch them on my bare skin. Like I said, they apply best over a primer than on bare skin, especially my skin because my skin is very dry. There is the first shade right there. You're not going to be able to see it that well because I am very light complected. So it's this very light pink shade called Sweetheart. That's the one that I have all over my lid, and I just absolutely love that color. I've been using it a ton. I have a little dip in mine already. The next one is called Companion, and I really, really love this as a brow bone highlight. I think it's like the perfect color for my complexion. And it's really, really pigmented. It really does pack a lot of color for being such a light matte shade. So it's just like a cream color. It's right there. You can see it, but like I said, I am very fair complected, so it's just a little bit harder to see on my skin tone than a darker skin tone. All right, next is this one called Adore, and I have that one on my lids as well today. So that is Adore right there. Really love that shade. I use that kind of as my transition color. I hope my battery doesn't die. It has one little thing left. All right, the next one right here is called Better Half, and I also have that one right in my crease. I kind of tried to do a cut crease. I wanted the crease to be very defined and the lid to be very defined. So there it is right there. So as you can see, I don't think the pigmentation is bad at all, especially swatched over dry skin. My skin is very dry because I use a lot of hand sanitizer at work. I work in the medical field, so constantly washing my hands using hand sanitizer, and that dries the heck out of my hands. So next is this one called Alter Ego, and I'm sorry for holding it like sideways. That one's Alter Ego, and as you can see, they're very pigmented in my opinion. You got to keep in mind they're matte, so I don't feel like mattes necessarily swatch that amazing on dry skin. So, so that one is Alter Ego right there. I also have that one in my crease. I've tried to put it mainly right in the crease just to really define that eye socket area. Next is Sidekick, which is this brown right here. All right, so this one is called Sidekick, and it's that brown right there. So this one right here. Next is this one called BFF, a very kind of warm toned brown right there. Lastly is this one called Confidant right there. And that one's just like a nice kind of beige shade. I think it's really nice. A great lid color as well. Might be good for a highlight for somebody, a brow bone highlight. So you can barely see it on my skin. It kind of blends in really well to my skin. So as you can see, the swatches are not bad at all, I don't think, for swatching over my dry skin without a primer. So applying them over an eyeshadow primer on your lid is even more intense. And I just think the quality and pigmentation is really nice. And I think the price point is nice on this palette as well. I just think this is a nice travel palette. I've been wearing it alone. I generally don't wear all matte looks on my eyes very often. I like to do shimmer on the lid a lot of the time. But I've been reaching for this a ton, and I've been using it solely by itself like I did today. I just like the bright eyelid with the very kind of defined crease, and that's how I've been wearing it. In my Loves and Letdowns, I actually wore this color just like all over the lid, and I think it was like a one shadow look. So it was very, very easy, but I've been loving this palette. It also comes with a brush. So it comes with this brush right here, and I did use it in the tutorial. So it is a nice brush. It's just like a flat shader brush, and I use it to pack on all the color on my lids. So that pretty much sums up my review and swatches. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I personally love this palette, and if you guys love kind of those rosy mauve shades, I would highly recommend picking this up, especially if it's limited edition, which I'm not sure. I will try to note that like in the description box. I'm gonna have to go to Ulta.com and look at this palette. I think it's also available on PurMinerals.com. I think that's the website. So I will link all places where you can find it down below, but I just really love the colors in here, and they're all matte, and I've really been digging it. So personally love it. I don't think it would be necessarily for everybody, but I think this would also pair really nicely, like I said, with the Lorac Unzipped palette. I love that palette. It's like one of my all-time favorite palettes, and I think I'm gonna have to use it in combination with this one, and I think I would come out with some beautiful looks. So I just wanted to make this video kind of short and sweet, not too long and lengthy, because I know a lot of people don't like lengthy videos. But if you guys want to know how I got this, you know, makeup look, just stay tuned. I will be posting that sometime soon after this video, and I will also link it down below once it's up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a beautiful week or day or whatever it is, because I don't know when this is going up. But thank you guys so much for watching, as you always do, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!